Football lover writes, hello AMC movie crew, love the show. I've been watching since the start of phase 1. My question is about the difference between best soundtrack and best score. In my opinion, GOTG had by far the best music to complement the story, but it didn't even get nominated for best score, instead going to Grand Budapest Hotel. I would just like to know the difference between the two. Thanks and bring on the filthy.
You would be surprised how often I'm sure all of us at this table get asked this question. Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy had an incredible soundtrack that fit. One of the best soundtracks I've ever heard, not just for sitting down and listening to, but that actually fed into the film and elevated the film. Each piece of music, it was beautifully done. However, a soundtrack is not a score. A score is actually what John Williams does when he sits down and actually writes and creates the music that plays with the film. A soundtrack is a collection of songs. Some of them may be original, some of them may not be. It's a collection of songs that play during scenes in a movie, things like that. That is the best and easiest way to describe it. As a filmmaker, how would you describe the difference?
Pretty much the way you said. I mean, the film score has to be scored to picture. Like, it's like, here's this moment where the characters are having this giant battle, so it should have this bombastic, then we move into the quiet scene, an emotional scene, so that has to be scored a different way. I mean, people, when you're working on a rough cut of a movie, you're using temp scores, so you're taking scores from all different kinds of composers and using that, and like hopefully then you give it all to the actual composer, and then they are able to make it all work into one thing. It's like you're taking this person's music and this person's music, then having one person kind of create a brand new soundtrack or musical score for it. The Guardians of the Galaxy just picked, it was like the best of the 80s, or actually it was 70s. Yeah. So, I mean, something like that, you're like, wow, I remember that song, or wow, that's a really good song that they picked, So it can't really win for best musical score because it's not an original score.
Well, what Guardians did, though, is that Guardians did have some original score elements in the film. And it's weird because you don't see that overlap that much. Like, you have a movie like Rudy that Jerry Goldsmith composed, that music. That's a score. Then you have a movie like Dazed and Confused, which is a soundtrack. Right. The same reason why I don't want Jerry Goldsmith to do Dazed and Confused, I don't want Foghat to compose the music for Rudy. But when you have an overlap, like something like Back to the Future has a great score by Alan Silvestri, and it's also got a great soundtrack. Yeah. So, Huey Lewis, Chuck Berry, there's a lot of great things. So it's cool to see a movie that has both of them, like what Guardians of the Galaxy did.
Let me throw back, like Flash Gordon had Queen compose all the music for Flash Gordon. Dune had Toto compose all the music for. So there's those crossovers where they actually get a band to do all of the music for a film, yet it's still a musical score. It's not a soundtrack. So that's the difference.
Hey everyone, if you like this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.